Finding the right soundbar for you is a big decision. Maybe you want to build the home theater system of your dreams. Or perhaps you're just looking for a more reliable and great sounding audio source to accompany your TV. Measuring 3.35 by 35.43 by 5.51 inches, the Playbar weighs 11.9 pounds. It's made entirely of plastic, but it's finely crafted, with a smooth cloth grille that wraps around the rolled edges, and dark gray plastic accents along the bottom, back panel, and sides. The left side houses a pair of volume buttons and a mute button. The buttons are backlit, and there's an extra status LED in between. The back panel is clean save for a recessed area underneath. There you'll find the permanently attached AC cord, a pair of Ethernet jacks, and an optical input. There are also a pair of holes for wall mounting the Playbar. The package includes a paper quick start guide and CD-ROM that walks you through setting up music sharing and accessing your iTunes library. As a proper Sonos product, the Playbar supports wireless audio streaming, but it's more complex than it appears. Unfortunately, the Playbar only works wirelessly if you already have a Sonos Bridge or other Sonos device wired into your router. For the Playbar to deliver wireless streaming, it needs to hook into Sonos Net 2.0, an ICE encrypted peer-to-peer wireless network. If you don't have a bridge or other device, you'll need to hook the Playbar up with a cable using the Ethernet port on the back panel. This is probably the biggest barrier to entry here. If you're not already a Sonos customer, you may find that a lower-priced soundbar with Bluetooth streaming is a better value, or that you'd rather spend similar money on a system with an included powered subwoofer and superior audio performance, like the Harman Kardon SB30. There was a time where you wouldn't consider anything other than a multi-speaker array for the best quality surround sound, but Dolby Atmos is leading the charge to deliver 3D audio effects from a more streamlined system, and there's no better example of this than the Sonos Arc. The self-contained single unit has only two essential inputs, a power cable and a HDMI in, and while an Ethernet socket and a digital optical to HDMI adapter are available out of the box, it's only recommended you use them if you absolutely have to. Sonos doesn't even include a remote, suggesting you instead connect the soundbar to your TV via the audio return channel and just use your TV remote or control it through the new Sonos S2 smartphone app. Even the color choices are simple with the Arc, being available in just black or white. And while you can of course pair the Sonos Arc soundbar with the Sonos Sub or a pair of 1SL speakers for deeper bass and true surround sound, it's been created to be an excellent audio solution on its own, which cuts down on overall clutter. Since the Arc is intended to bounce audio off the roof and walls of your room to create a 3D soundscape, it's wrapped on the top, front, and either end by metal, hole-punch speaker grills that cover the various orientations of the Atmos driver array. The soundbar sits a little higher than some at 3.4 inches, but the built-in IR repeater means it won't block your remote connection, and this extra headroom gives a little more space to the upward-firing Atmos drivers. At 45 inches wide it'll line up roughly with the edges of your average 55-inch TV, but it also looks fine with anything bigger. Available in 3 colors to match a variety of decors, the Catch 1 is a slender but very tall soundbar, requiring much more room than most beneath a TV. Measuring 33.9 by 6.5 by 2.7 inches and weighing a total of 8.2 pounds, the cabinet and front baffle are molded from fiberglass reinforced ABS, which forms a highly rigid structure that resists resonances as the drivers vibrate. Speaking of the drivers, they include 2 0.8-inch soft textile dome tweeters with neodymium magnets and 4 3.5-inch aluminum cone woofers with a textile cap. In addition, there are 4 4.5-inch steel cone passive radiators in the bass reflex system. The shallow woofers are said to allow the full excursion of a conventional woofer by using a specially designed chassis, inverted diaphragm, and custom spider suspension. 2 woofers and 2 radiators face forward with the tweeters, while the other 2 woofers and radiators face backward. This design is intended to reinforce the low frequencies with the soundbar mounted on or near a wall. The Catch 1 comes with short leather straps for wall mounting, or you can use the more conventional brackets on the back. Alternatively, the included feet let it stand freely on a surface. The drivers are powered by 450 watts Class D amplifiers with a signal-to-noise ratio of 100 decibels. A powerful DSP provides an active crossover and operates internally at a resolution of 24 bits/96 kHz, though the unit can accept inputs up to 24 192. According to DALI, The surplus of computing power lets the DSP step in before the amplifier or the drivers get overextended, and at the same time giving it the ability to go completely hands-off, allowing the drivers to deliver a coherent and undistorted audio signal. Altogether, the drivers, amp, and DSP support a frequency response from 46 Hz to 25 kHz and a maximum output of 101 dB SPL. The Bar 9.1 measures 2.4 by 48.4 by 4.7 inches with the rechargeable speakers magnetically docked, and frankly, that's the most important measurement, because even if it measures 2.4 by 34.8 by 4.7 inches when they're not attached, you'll need to plan for that space wherever you place or mount the bar. The bar and speakers are black, with black metallic grille paneling covering the divers. The subwoofer is a substantial 17.3 by 12.0 by 12.0 inches, and weighs 24.5 pounds. Internally, the 400-watt soundbar houses 4 racetrack-style drivers and 2 up-firing full-range drivers, as well as 3 1-inch tweeters. The 260-watt surround speakers deliver audio via a single up-firing driver and a 1-inch tweeter. The total of 4 up-firing drivers in the bar and the 2 side speakers are the Dolby Atmos drivers. The 300-watt sub has a 10-inch down-firing driver, and its back panel houses a bass port for efficient airflow, as well as the power/pairing button and the connection for its included power cable. The sub automatically pairs with the system when powered up. The system combines for a frequency range of 34 Hz to 20 kHz and 820 watts total output. The top panel of the soundbar houses controls for power, volume down/up, and sound source, switching between Bluetooth, HDMI, and TV. The back panel houses connections for HDMI, HDMI ARC, Ethernet, optical, USB, and the connection for the included power cable. There's an included HDMI cable, but no optical cable. The build quality of the Sony HiD-ST5000 is fabulous, there's no debate about that. The bar comes with a fabric grille, but looks better uncovered, because the drivers are as pretty as a picture. Left and right are 2 matching coaxial speakers with gold-rimmed, high-frequency tweeters, while a coaxial driver with mid-range cones handle the center channel. This slight difference translates to a minor timbre mismatch, although it isn't really apparent when listening live to multi-channel mixes. Unlike lesser bars, the HiD-ST5000 offers full AV receiver versatility. There are 4 HDMIs. All are HDCP 2.2 ready for your various 4K sources but need to be configured before being paired. Select Enhanced over Standard, in order to support 4K 60p and 4:4:4 video settings. There are a number of additional display options, all of which are best left in auto mode. Located right side on the bar is a covered USB port, for handy local file playback. There's also an optical digital audio input and stereo mini jack on the HiD-ST5000. An Ethernet LAN port enables wired networking, but there's Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, the latter with NFC pairing and Sony's proprietary DAC headroom extension. A clear display window reveals input selection and volume. A selection of on-body controls are also provided for those of us that don't like the stubby IR remote control. The soundbar is easy to drive. There's a tiled interface on the HiD-ST5000 which lists all the input options, plus any connected home network devices. In other words, there's nothing here which should alienate non-techies.